All right. Y'all should be able to hear me out there. Welcome back. Well, welcome back to another live installment of Spoken Genius. It's your boy Ghetto Genius here. And decided to come with another live today. Shout out to the brothers that celebrating the Shabbat, today. Shout out to the brothers that's been celebrating it at some point this time this week. Always a good day to observe the Lord and be grateful for another day that Most High Yahweh has given us. Let's see. Y'all know how we do. Kind of, these Saturdays live streams are impromptu, so I like to go off the dome. But let's go with a little precept here, which is the title of the live stream. Not that right there. Hold on. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Probably do verse let's see. We'll start at oh, get that out the way, boy. What is that? No, get out the way. Move it. There we go. All right. So we're gonna start at just make sure Deuteronomy chapter 4, starting at verse 12. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, meaning a form, only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, every 10 commandments, quote unquote. And he wrote, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tablets of stone. And the Lord Yahweh commanded me at the time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, For ye saw no manner of similitude, once again, i.e., a form, on the day that the Lord Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb, out of the midst of the fire. Here's the kicker, verse 16, sorry, which is the thumbnail of the stream. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. And lest thou lift up thine eyes up to heaven, when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord Yahweh thy God, thy power, has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. But the Lord, or it would say a whole heaven as a heritage. But anyway, but the Lord has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day, i.e., talking about Israel, because only Israel is his portion. But why am I saying all this? Why are we bringing up this? Because we're about to go real quick. Let's look this up. Give me a second. Devine. Yeah, let's see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's just. All right. I brought all this up because as y'all see in the title of the live stream, today we're going to talk about the divine feminine. Well, once again, the matriarchy under the concept of the divine feminine. Dun dun dun. What a joke. But we're about to figure out, before we go into the backdrop of the video, let's get for those that do not know that concept, let's get a better understanding per se of what that actually means. So found this article, I guess, from a website called womensrecovery.com. Let's see what it says. What is the divine feminine? Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see. I should be able to see this, but I'm going to try to zoom up as much as I can. Give it a second. All right. So I should be able to see it. Give me a second. Make sure I need to see something. Let's go ahead and save that. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. All right. Give it a 5 seconds. All right, it should be on the screen. All right. There has never been a better time to be a sober woman. Okay, whatever that means. People worldwide are waking up and becoming enlightened. Uh-oh, there goes that term enlighten or enlightenment again. To our global need for a shift in consciousness. Well, at least they spell consciousness with a C. Anyway, many have attributed this collective spiritual awakening to the emergence of the divine feminine. As with any spiritual or philosophical construct, there are many different definitions of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is often seen as a force of nature. Excuse me. She is the earth, the moon, the oceans, and the stars. Kind of contrary to what we just read in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, of, what we are not supposed to be worshiping. But anyway, for those that have embraced the divine feminine, addiction recovery is just one of many areas of life that have experienced profound changes. At Women's Recovery in Colorado, Colorado, one of the weed head capitals of the world. Go figure. Anyway, we offer addiction recovery for women and incorporate the divine feminine in our healing practices. Holy shit. What website did I just go on? Anyway, so let's see what we can get more out of here. What is the divine feminine? The divine feminine is the feminine aspect of the divine power that connects. Okay. The divine feminine is the feminine aspect of the divine power that connects and binds the earth together. In other words, it is the goddess energy that exists within all of us. You tell them, girl. Many ancient cultures have a divine feminine concept. The Egyptians had Isis, the Greeks had Aphrodite, and the Hindus had Shakti. Aspects of the divine feminine can be found in all ancient and modern belief systems. You tell them, girl. The divine feminine is often associated with fertility, creativity, and intuition. Yeah, that's right, girl. Tapping into the energy can help heal the mind, body, and soul of women in addiction recovery. Divine feminine qualities. To start, let's turn to the dictionary. Divine has many definitions, but the one that stands out is supremely good, heavenly, godlike. The feminine also has several meanings, but the one seems to be the most appropriate. The embodiment of conception of timeless or idealized feminine nature. Let these two definitions roll around your head for just a moment. Let it roll around your head like a neck roll. Remember, we are talking about the spiritual aspect of what it means to be a human. Understanding the divine feminine is a tall order. Here's a list of qualities that describe this sacred energy. Emotional, right-brained. Action is oriented to the experience of joy rather than the outcome. Emotional strength seeks self-mastery, but is more concerned with sacrificing for the greater good, allegedly. Extroverted, open, definitely extroverted, vulnerable, and nurturing. Cooperative, in today's time, allegedly. Wants to be rather than do. Gentlest sensitivity defines success by relationships. That's an interesting one. Concerned with creativity, makes decisions based on intuition, focused on emotional world and inner being. The divine feminine can also get out of harmony. When it does, these characteristics go to an extreme end of the spectrum. If a man or woman does not properly channel their holy shit. If a man or woman does not properly channel their femininity, they can become codependent, overly emotional, irrational, sacrificial to their own detriment, disorganized, confused, and lost. This results in dysfunctional relationships and contributes to mental health issues like bipolar disorder, constant burnout, a lack of productivity, a loss of self-worth, a damsel in distress mentality, and the inability to complete projects. Sounds like an agent of chaos to me. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Look at this shit. Look at look at this. Stop buying into society's definition of what it means to be a woman. Society expects us to be Betty Crocker in the kitchen, June Cleaver to our children, Jenna Jameson in the bedroom, and Susie Orman with our finances. I don't even know. The only one I know about is Betty Crocker. Anyway, all while climbing the ladder of success, wearing high heels, no less, is exhausting. To awaken the divine feminine within you, honor your own path, girl. Get yours. But anyway, it's as simple as that. Stop buying to the lie that women are supposed to behave a certain way. Have a perfect body and wear a face full of makeup during Zumba class. Throw out any unrealistic expectations that you may have as a result of what American culture has told you about being a woman. Just be you. And once again, get yours. Anyway, don't compare yourself to other women. As American women, we have been trained to measure our worth against the images we see in fashion, magazines, and movies. We look to Hollywood starlets to tell us what to wear, how to do our hair, what size and shape we should be, and we should aspire to be a model of perfection at all times. Allegedly. This does not honor the divine, whatever the fuck that means. You have been programmed to fit a cookie cutter mold since you grew up playing with Barbies. Nevertheless, giving yourself permission to be who you are, when you are, where you are, where you are, and doing whatever it is you are doing will help you begin to align with the divine feminine. You are running your own race and you have been called to a particular purpose that uniquely yours, wherever that means. Love yourself for who you are and stop trying to measure up to someone else's standards. Right. Let's see. You know what? We'll stick to right there for now. But y'all heard all that bullshit. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard all that bullshit, man. Shout out to Sanjay in the building. Shalom, brother. Shalom. The honorary elder in the building, J2K. Hey, man, appreciate the orders on the shirts. We're gonna get to that later. But emotional damaged, crazy, deranged. Hold on, real quick. Let me edit something. You know what I'm saying? Little sloppy. Hold on. Edit something real quick. There we are. All right. You know what I mean? Had to add some things. But y'all see that bullshit? I mean, listen, man. We already know the woman by nature is an agent of chaos to various degrees. You know, you just got to get you a decent minded woman if you can in this society, because they are very far and in between. We'll get to a lot of precepts probably at the end of this live. I don't want to go too long because I actually got a good announcement, but I really want to wait until the Shabbat is over, because obviously I don't want to be selling nothing right now, because I take pride in, not selling nor buying during the Shabbat, as all of us should. So, we'll get to that later. But for now, we're going to get to the backdrop. We're going to get to the point of all this, because once again, The HOK is back. Sanetta, he's back. Okay, we're back on his channel again. When it comes to the Kemetic Babylonian Mystery School System, we gotta go. Sinetta is always the place to go. It's always the place to be. Okay, it is always the place to be. So apparently, he had a woman on here named, as y'all can see, right there, Sister Sophie, the awakening of the divine feminine. Okay. So, hold on, make sure other comments. Oh shit, my boy Obina in the building. You know what I'm saying? The boy Obina's in the building. That quote unquote divine feminine BS is just an excuse for women to live life unrestrained. Absolutely. Without any kind of order or structure. Yep. But it will ultimately lead to their undoing. Hey, the only source that said it better than what Obina said in the comment section is the scriptures. But we gonna get to that. Just to preface this point, I have not seen any of this video, so I have no idea what exactly any of these two knuckleheads is going to say. But because this is what the concept is being talked about, I already know these two are knuckleheads. So y'all already know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get straight into this like we ain't new to this, and we'll chime in every here and there. Let's rock.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Peace and Black Power, family. Peace and Black Power. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. Dulcinea, I was trying to call you. You ain't pick up because I wanted you to host this with me, but you ain't pick up. So I was trying to call you. I guess you was busy. But if you would like to step in, you could step in. You can just go in and come in there, and I can let you in. I got the sisters in the building, the queens are in the building, Sister Freedom. If you want to come in, you could come in. I'm gonna drop the link later on. But we got another queen in the building, and the Sister Sophia. She's gonna drop some information. I'll let her tell you. Peace and blessings to you, Queen. How you doing, sister?
Namaste. I'm absolutely fine.
Okay, absolutely beautiful. Fine. Beautiful. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Okay, so my name is Sophie. That is the new name that I go by. I went through many, many deaths and rebirths. I was formerly known in the Hebrew Israelite community as Navia Bat Zadok. I transmuted, transformed, evolved from that. And I'm gonna tell you something, it took a lot of courage to reach out to you because as I'm watching your debates, I couldn't figure out if we were more conscious based or religious based. So even trying to figure out where I fit in has been a little bit of a trouble. So to make a long story short and to tell you a little bit about myself, I had a unique upbringing. I was one of those who were born with a veil over their face. They're called a call bearer. I was a seer since I was a child. So depending on what state of
what? Y'all hear that shit? So allegedly, this woman was a goddamn prophetess. From what, 3 years old or some shit? Here we go with that bull.
State of consciousness you are in. You can say that I was born with my third eye open. You can say that, I was just able to see beyond the veil. You can say that I came into this realm with spirit. But since the beginning, I have always been on the quest to figure out how to unravel all of the mysteries of all of these eons, okay? All of these cycles, that we have lived in, how we have progressed, how we have regressed. Where were the Elohim? Who were they really, okay? How did they cross over through different dispensations of time? Why are we as a collective, as a people, still focusing on what we did in the past and we're not ushering in the newness of the future and the age? It has already been announced to you when we came across the 13th planetary alignment, the constellation. That was the announcement of the new age.
What?
We're so caught up in the things of the past that we're missing what's happening in front of us.
What?
So I am here to tell you and to share with you a lot of discoveries, the scrolls, the
what? The 13th age? Somebody save that term. We might look that up. We might look that up if we have enough time. What the fuck is she talking about? 13th age of planetarian. Did she say 13th age of planetarian alignment? What the fuck is that?
The mysteries that I've unlocked during my journey, the various walks that I've taken during a journey, and the conclusions that I have during this dispensation of time.
What?
And I've also want to warn your audience, or just put a disclosure out there. I am not here bashing anybody's belief system.
Oh, God.
Or anybody's religious system.
Here we go.
I am fully aware that each of us, our souls gravitate naturally to that of our ancestry. So even when you're dealing with Christians and you're debating with Christians, if they are of the sheep of Yeshua, remember what was said.
What?
They hear his voice, another one they will not follow. So it becomes a moot point to keep debating back and forth from what we were reading from the then into the now. Why aren't we at the point where we don't have to read in scrolls what our ancestors knew? We can tap in and hear from them. Those of us who have come here on an awakening journey to help our brothers and sisters really achieve consciousness have learned how to navigate these realms of existence. In other words, we have, I guess, overcome the Baphomet.
What?
Now, you're not saying anything, so I'm going to just keep talking until you.
No, I'm letting you rock. I mean, I love how you going in right now, letting the people get to have a good feel for you and to know a little more about you. So that's why I'm stepping back. I don't want to interrupt you, but you mentioned a few things. Did I hear you say you're a former Israelite?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, you also mentioned Elohim. What is Elohim? What is that about?
Oh God.
I sum them all up. Okay. Whether you're going to say the Anuna, you're going to say the Natiru, you're going to say the Elohim. I sum them all up to simply mean powers. These are things that have existed before us. To a certain level of consciousness, you would look at them as deities. On another level of consciousness, we see them as our brothers and sisters.
What the fuck?
And during this time, a lot of us are awakening up to that. We're awakening up that we have that connection. We're awakening up to the ability to see multidimensional, to understand time and space, and to navigate the realms.
What?
The biggest teacher that I've had on this journey has always been what I call Big Brother Tahuti. Okay.
What?
I love hermetics. Okay. The reason why I disconnected from the Christian church, like you said, I was a former preacher, traveled with clergy, all of that. Okay? I took the tenets that was given to us and I built upon it. I didn't repeat the past. We're always in forward movement. Anything that does not grow or evolve is dead. So when we take these things that were living, left to us by our ancestry, it's for us to decode it, to build upon it, and usher in something new, not to be caught in a repeated pattern of karmic cycles.
Man,
debating the same things over again, not moving, trying to relive some of the livelihoods and the experiences of our ancestors. We're all different. We're all unique. Okay? There was a lot of breadcrumbs that was left out. Even reading through the Bibles, skimming through the Qurans, skimming through, various resources. I realized that a lot of things that we have kept out was we don't even deal with the Hindu. And we're talking about the original man being the Afro-Asiatic man. Where is Hindu?
Oh my God.
Where was the divine feminine? I was able to go through and see where she was hidden in all of these scriptures. What? Now, even when I kind of infiltrated some Masons, okay, I am one that is called to put pieces of the puzzles together, formulate a picture, and unlock the scrolls to you. I help make your teaching
She infiltrated the Masons. Oh man, she's an agent. What the fuck? Bruh. Oh my God. I'm not trying to pause much because there's other things I'm trying to do because I really don't, bruh. This bitch is saying all types of dumb shit. So I'm not gonna pause too much. I'm just trying to blaze through this. This is at this point, this is really for all our entertainment. Once again, I have not seen this. Y'all have not seen this. We're all watching this together. Come on. Thank you.
Kings come alive. We have had books and books and books, 30,000 tablets, all over this world. And they were literally cloaked. Okay. Now, when I'm saying cloaked, I'm not saying that, they couldn't be found. I'm saying that you had to have reached a certain level of consciousness to be able to decode it correctly.
What?
And when you decode these things correctly, even in your Bible, okay, even in your religious text, they are layered. There are things that you can see that the natural man will see. And then there are things that the spiritual man will see. And it's up to us, as individuals and the divine feminines, I talk to my queens. I talk to my God.
What? Bitch, it says spiritual man and natural man. It ain't talking about you. Oh my God. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Why am I pausing? Why am I pausing?
This is, I say it is important to you to rediscover other texts. Some of them, the Pistis Sophia tells the story.
What?
Some of them, the descent of Inanna.
Oh my.
We talk about, in our Christian churches about the crucifixion of Jesus, but what about the crucified Savioress?
What?
Who was the first that went down, who had to descend, and they had a negative charge against her by the Anuna and had to be sacrificed in the underworld for 3 days and 3 nights.
Oh my God.
We completely dismiss anything that involves the divine feminine expression of the nature of the creator of all. I'm not talking about your gods. They're minimal. Okay. We have gods that reign over certain levels of consciousness. Yes, we have laws that govern the earth. We have laws that govern celestial realms. We have universal principles that the Hermetics teach.
Oh my.
Once you start to gravitate,
man.
Once you start to unlock these mysteries, once you start to expand your consciousness, remember, I told you, anything that does not move or grow is dead. So if you're dealing with a universe that is constantly expanding, why isn't your mind? Why are we still stuck in these patterns, right? So I started to identify and find out where the wisdom was hidden, the Eloi.
What?
How the Queen of Heaven was dethroned. I started to make parallels with a lot of Nag Hammadi scriptures that was talking about the descent. You can actually see it in your writings and in your drawings. You see a polarity switch, do you not? At some points of history, we would always consider the Sky Father, okay, and the Earth Mother.
Sky Father.
To Egypt and Kemet, and you see that there's the Earth Father and the Sky Mother, okay? So when did the polarity switch? And I can show you how I'm able to see things. This is a warning, another disclosure for you guys. I don't see things the way that you do. I don't process information the way that you do. Okay, so if you're going to, come to me with a scripture for something that you read, I'm going to come to you with something that I not only read, but I also experienced. And to me, experience is the best teacher. I used to ask this question a long time ago to people. If you walked around this earth all day long and you were jumping and you were laughing, and you were
shout out to Mac for that comment.
And you was doing all of those things.
I wish I could leave too.
That you know that you can do, and it gave you peace, it gave you joy. Okay, it allowed you to act in your authentic self. And then one day you came across a book that said humans were never supposed to walk. How many of you will go home and cut off your legs? Think about it.
I just did. I wouldn't. How about y'all in the comment section? If you came across a book that said humans weren't supposed to have legs, how many of y'all would cut off your damn legs? I mean, if humans weren't supposed to walk, how many of y'all would cut off your legs? How many of y'all? Let me know. Would any of y'all cut off your legs? Just let me know real quick. I have to know. I have to know with any of y'all brothers, if you came across a pseudo spiritual book and it said that humans are not supposed to walk, would you go home and cut off your fucking legs? Please let me know. I have to know. Please let me know. How many of y'all would cut off your legs? I guess Mac's not one of them. Thank the Lord. J2K? Nope. Anybody else? I mean, seriously, you would cut off your legs? Oh my goodness, bruh.
The things that you read
Hold on.
are written
Go
from
back.
gave you peace and gave you joy earth all day long, and you were jumping and you were laughing and you were swimming and you was running and you was climbing and you was doing all of those things that you know that you can do, and it gave you peace and gave you joy. Okay, it allowed you to act in your authentic self. And then one day you came across a book that said humans were never supposed to walk. How many of you will go home and cut off your legs? Think about it. The things that you read are written from the perspective and the eons in which that era was presented. Everybody had their own relationship to the Elohim, to the Anuna, to the Neteru, however you want to call them. Okay, everybody had their own relationship, and they wrote according to their divine experiences. They wrote these things. If I told you that, I had a vast vision of God, and the way that I was able to achieve it was to go outside. I went outside one day, a car hits me, boom, I'm unconscious. I'm in a slumber. I have these visions of God. Everything takes place in the mind. This realm is mental. That was given to you too. As a man thinketh, so was he. Understand it, and then cross-reference it to some teachings of your ancient ancestry. Okay, but we'll get into that later. I get hit by a car. I go into the slumber. I come back with knowledge that goes beyond your realm of thought at this moment. You see and you hear me speak, and you say to yourself, I need that experience with God. Does that mean you go outside and get hit by a car and go into a coma? Are you here to repeat the exact same lessons that was already taught back then? Or are you here to build upon it and usher in the new age and where we are right now? This is the age of Aquarius, okay? It is the age of
Oh my
Aquarius. The
God.
symbolism behind it actually coincides with some of the prophecies in your ancient writings. We hear about Master Teacher Yeshua, okay?
Man.
To some of you, he is your God. And
What?
if he has caused you to do that, so be it. Just remember that whatever you bind yourself on to in this realm of existence, you will be bound to in the afterlife. Be careful what you follow. Okay, that's my biggest warning to you. And that's the best thing that I can say.
And that is the best shit she's probably going to say in this entire live stream, because she is absolutely correct. Be careful what you bind yourself to. I mean, seriously, this bitch said she saw God after she saw all these visions of God. She became a prophetess on a whole nother level as soon as she got hit by a fucking car. Give me a fucking break.
Going to write a book with all of the experiences that I have had, along this journey. And I've met some amazing people on your show. I will tell you that, some amazing people on your show. But it wasn't because of your show that I was able to expand my consciousness. I was really searching for my family. I was searching for my brothers on this realm. Okay. Now, some of the things that I am going to say to you, I can see that you're listening. I don't know if you can hear it, but some of the things that
I'm listening. And the people in the chat, they love you. They like, yo, I love this that they don't even know her. So they love your spirit.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of idiots over here. We already know the house is. I mean, think about it. It's the house of consciousness with a K, not with a C. These niggas are retarded. These niggas so stupid they can't even spell consciousness correctly. And they really think they're deep over here. They really think they're deep over there in the HO quote unquote K. In the house of quote unquote consciousness with a K. Man, come on now. Just idiots.
They loved your energy, your positivity. And that's why I needed you, so Dulcinea, if you can, hit the platform whenever you're ready. So, yes, go ahead, sister. I want you to continue.
There is an old picture. Okay, before I go there, let me explain to you that when we are reading these ancient texts, and I said, I'm going to hit back on the fact that they were cloaked. There are some people that can take and read a book and can't get anything out of it because it's hidden to them. They have not gravitated to a higher level of consciousness to be able to decode it. The perfect example that I can give to you was when, and it was just recently, maybe 2 days ago, we had Queen Christina and then we had King Jabari, right? And they were going through scriptures, right? And Queen Christina was trying to prove or to show to King Jabari that a certain passage was dealing with Jesus itself, and he could not see that. Okay? Now,
say that one more time.
She was trying to explain to him that that whole chapter was dealing with Jesus. But when he saw it, he could not identify with that. He saw it broader than that. Okay? He's not of that flock. The things, the scrolls that he may read will open up to him differently. That does not make anyone right or wrong. Okay? It's just a matter of the contracts that we have made, the road that we have decided to travel before we get to our sovereign divinity.
No, it's all based off of what the scriptures actually says. Now, once again, I didn't see that conversation because I didn't really give a fuck about seeing it. I did see it. I did see the video on my recommended, so I could have checked it out, but there's only so much HOK shit I can take it. There's only so much HOK shit I can take every day, so it is what it is. But she didn't even explain like the conversation itself. Like she didn't explain which chapter they were in, which precept, things of that nature. She didn't explain none of that. She's just talking right now. Like I don't know what to make of the conversation here between I believe her name is Christina Nick and that dude Jabari. Like I don't know what the context of the conversation was. So I can't even. That's a terrible parable. Or she communicated the parable terribly. So whatever.
Now, before anybody jump down my throat and say, well, what's sovereign divinity? What do you mean? Are you saying outside of the creator? No, I'm saying having the ability to coexist with the creator, becoming one with the creator, the same way that your ancestors did. There was a reason why Yeshua kept talking to his disciples and saying to them, okay, greater things will you do. All you need is a grain of mustard seed. You can cast a mountain into the ocean. This is levels of consciousness.
Question. You are awesome, sister. I love you already. Sis. All right. You're no longer an Israelite, but I see you have not left the teachings alone because you keep bringing up the teachings. Talk to us about, let me hear.
Okay.
What was the reason you chose to leave, or what they would say deviate from the Israelite community? What made you leave that community?
I had a lot of negative experiences with some very powerful but unlearned masculines.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I was finding myself, my elder and I was taught, I was lucky to come across the best and the best of their fields. Okay. My elder and I don't want to say his name because I'm not sure if he wants me to give permission for that.
Beautiful, right.
Okay. So I want to be respectful.
What?
Right.
My elder and I was having to deal with a lot of situations that had been perverted to meet a certain narrative and exclusion. Okay. There was females that was calling out to me, during that time. They were being abused. One of them had their hair shaved. One of them, you know, was put out of the house. These were under some really, I don't even want to say. Okay, I don't even want to say. But I had to face off with some of them, you know, and let them know, here's where you can find these tenants. Okay, it's not about going around and sleeping with women and then all of a sudden they're your wives. There's a responsibility to that. Okay, there's protocol to that. And if we don't even get into, you know, the meat of these types of situations, what you're going to have is a bunch of young women, fatherless daughters, pay attention to what I'm saying, that seeks to be led by a man who can't even lead himself.
Woo.
All right.
Powerful, man.
I had to go through a lot of that, which ended up taking me deeper and deeper and deeper. I said one prayer. This is the prayer that I said. When I woke up and I looked around me and I started to see things differently and scriptures came alive to me, they popped. Okay. When I started to actually be able to decode certain symbolisms throughout areas of time. I'm going to give you this example real quick and then I'll come back to that. If you Google the picture of Ashtaroth, right?
Oh boy.
Okay. Ashtaroth, Inanna, Hathor,
shit.
however you want to call it.
Shit.
We have to still be aware that the divine feminine expressions had many emanations from the lowest point of Lilith to the highest point of Sophie, the same way that the masculine principle have various expressions. This is what we call emanations. Eastern cultures call them avatar. Some of us say spirit. Okay. It just depends on the level that you are on. So we have these divine feminine expressions through all out of history. Okay. Operating in different variants.
You know, I gotta pause. Another fellow NWB in the building. The man HIT. He in the building today, boy. Yes, sir. We out here. Back outside, boys. You know what I'm saying? We back out in the building. You dig?
Frames, but yet when we promote them in a religious sense, most of the things are associated with evil or negativity. Now, there is a universal expression that will say the feminine is the negative polarity, the masculine is the positive polarity. I get that. That's the flower of life, right? Okay. We have the balancing of minds and all of that. Like dark, balance. I'm here with equilibrium now. So I'm going to talk to you if you let me. All right. So when I started to go through that track and started to realize that there was a certain dispensation of time where the polarity switched and it became unbalanced. If you Google the picture of Ashtaroth, you see a winged screech owl, right? She's holding the curves in her hand. You can look at that as technology, okay? Or you can look at that as symbolism. But what it is showing to me was that was during a time where there was more matriarchal. Fast forward, you hit Egypt. You have the cross and the circle combined, okay? The introduction of the balance of the masculine and feminine principles started to evolve during that time. Now look at your Christian cross and tell me where the curve is. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Do y'all understand, people?
Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So you go through the curve, the feminine principle. Then you go through another dispensation of time where you have Ba'ank, which is symbolic of masculine and the feminine. Then you go with a Christianity and boom, she's gone.
Yes.
She's demonized. She's the issue with everything on this earth. But interesting enough, I remember reading in those passages that some of the characteristics of the so-called Antichrist would be that they would have no regards for women. So is this a consciousness or is it a person? Do you understand? And when we came down to having no regard for women, were we limiting that frame of thought to maybe they're homosexual, or are we saying we got to bypass the wisdom because we must stay in charge? We are led by the phallus. We're not led by the spirit. We can regurgitate the information, but you can't even discern the time that you're living in. Do you understand? Jesus pointed to that. when we was talking about the man on the river, the water bearer, that's the age of Aquarius. We're already in this. We're already in this. This is why, you know, like I said, the 13th eon has already presented itself. The 13th eon is considered the snake bearer, right? Now we've completely excluded India from this, even though we're Afro-Asiatic and they were melanated beings too, and a lot of their writings predated this. So if I wanted to go there, I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going to go and I'm going to find the mysteries, right? So the serpent bearer, Ophiuchus, okay, the new constellation that came in was the ushering of the new age of Aquarius, the water bearer. Get out of the realm of duality and you'll be able to follow me, okay, a little bit better. All right. Now, the age of Aquarius.
You said get out of the realm of duality?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I thought you posed to deal with the duality, though.
No. At a certain level, duality is presented to you. This is where your divisions come from. Okay. This is where your masculine, feminine, right, wrong, black, white, all of that. Okay. You see it all around you. You're always.
Can someone debate this? At this point, it's hypnosis for the followers. Like who? Tazariak? Who the fuck? Who the fuck's gonna do it? Ain't nobody got time to be debating women. Debating women on what? It's just dumb shit. Ain't nobody got time for all that. It's just nonsense. But yeah, this shit is too much. But you know what? We'll probably figure out some. We'll probably go over some. A lot of those fake bitches, i.e. those fake deities in the epilogue portion of this stream. So I'm trying to figure out what's a good stopping point because, man, at this point, she's just rambling. The hell?
Always pinned up against one another. Whether it's in politics, religion, gender, you're always pinned up against one another. People look at the symbol of the Baphomet, they see a deity. When I look at the symbol of the Baphomet, I see alchemy. I see organizations, okay? When I say that our writings were cloaked, it was for a specific bloodline to be able to unlock the mysteries behind the scrolls. So, case in point, you have writings from Thoth, Tahuti, Hermes, Trismegistus, whatever emanation he was presented at that time. He goes way back older than that. I know his name. I'm not here to teach you that. I'm here to put you on the quest and the journey to find these things on your own.
Well, why don't you tell us the name?
Now, he had written about alchemy, turning lead into gold, right? And then he talks about the dark mix tincture, and you mix it with the primordial waters and all of this stuff. Now, for people who are not of a certain bloodline, who do not carry the blood of the elves, the Elohim, who we've told you a long time ago was walking the earth, they still are. You're going to recognize them by the level of consciousness and the way that they speak, how they can decode things that your mind cannot process. So, when I look at the Baphomet, all I see is opposite, the realm of duality in which the conscious mind gets trapped. That's the lowest layer of consciousness that you can get. Okay? This is when we are putting a division on all things in order to push you or to direct you to that which is going to serve your highest purpose. Okay? So you will see the devil, and then you'll see the angel. But when you look at it in a broader perspective, they all are emanations from the same creative force. Okay, it's like the right hand and the left hand. For those of you who are into prayer, you live by the principles of harm none. I live by the principles of harm none. Okay, I'm a very peaceful being. I operate in unconditional love. Those who can resonate with me, bless you. Those who cannot, I see you next lifetime. You know, so I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. Okay. But when we write things like this, people that were outside of our cultures, they went around and literally tried to turn lead into gold. What the ancestors was teaching you was the purification of the soul. how the soul was entrapped in the flesh. What was the ether, the tincture substance that was going on in there, if it was not ether material? Your ancestors knew these things, but they had to write them in code. Those of you, okay, who see differently and have been ashamed for it, those of you who are able to look and see without seeing, hear without hearing, tune into the sounds, and watch these things play out, it's time for you to come out now. You don't have to feel like you need to belong. We're being called to this. We are in the new age. So, with that being said, I'm here to awaken my goddesses, and they need to know their place.
Oh my God.
And the best way, or the easiest way that I can do this, is to take you through history, but that would take too long for your show. I would rather go ahead and put it, in a book. I am working on my second one.
We can do a part 2, Queen. I ain't gonna let you get away now. You bringing stuff that we don't really hear that much over here. So this is good. This is good energy. I'm loving it.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
But you do need to read a Gnostic text that is called the Pistis Sophia. You need to have the ability to identify your sufferings on this earth. Okay?
What is Sophia? Because I keep hearing you say Sophia. What does Sophia mean?
It's a Gnostic test. It's an esoteric test in Jewish mysticism. Okay, and it talks about pretty much the counterpart of the divine, the Ein Sof, her wisdom. Okay, so if we have an as above, below type of principle, okay, which was also taught to you in your Bibles, your religious texts. And I'm sorry, let me go back and address why you asked. I quote a lot of the Bible and religious texts, right? Because I have to learn how to become all things to all men. Okay, so for those of you who identify with that walk, I identify with that walk. I still identify with that walk, but I identify with it on a higher level. Okay, because I know what the things were designed to do, and I cracked the codes. All right, so now the Pistis Sophia, if everything comes from a 0 point level of consciousness, we have emanations that branch out from this, right? We call them avatars. We embody the divine, okay? When we are able to learn the lessons. You gravitate from drinking milk into eating meat. The way that you do this is perfecting and understanding the laws that govern your current reality and the universal principles that govern that reality. And you keep ascending that way. So we perfect the baby walk. I tell people that the Bible, and this is not to be offensive, this is your initial introduction to God, but this is not to be used as a form of expression of the vastness of what it encompasses. This is a stepping stone for you. We are building way beyond it, okay? Way beyond it. So Sophia was supposed to be the consort, okay? If a consciousness is only energy, it only attracts the law of gender once it enters into this universal realm. Now we become split. Now we have masculine and feminine. But we come complete when we balance this first in ourselves by understanding our masculine and principal sides of the brain, how it manifests, heart versus logic, okay? We balance this as a unified being, and then we balance this with our cohort. Sophia was wisdom. She was the primordial waters. She was also considered chaos. Now, you have to understand when I say chaos, I'm not saying that this is negative. I'm saying that it's creation and expansion without order, which is where our divine masculine were supposed to come in to balance us.
You heard that? She said chaos. She associated chaos with the feminine. Now, didn't that article that we read in the beginning associated chaotic behaviors with the feminine energy? But of course, she had to try to save it. She basically had to backtrack by saying, oh, what I mean by chaotic, it's not negative. Since when the fuck has chaos ever been used as positive? Man, and this shit made up, man. They just making shit up, bro. This is the epitome of the liberal woman. She just makes shit up all damn day. Like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, you have helter skelter when we're in balance, and we keep going through cycles of eons and times of one karmic expression over another. We have a matriarch side, then we have a matriarch.
It reminds me a little bit of Sekhmet.
Oh
okay.
boy.
Yeah. Are you talking about a person, or are you talking about
the ancient Kemetic, one of the ancient Kemetic deities of the system?
I identify with Sekhmet.
Okay, there you go. Yes,
he is a teacher. Okay, a lot of our ancestors, the veil is very, very thin in this dispensation of time. Okay, that's the best way that I can say. You can go into meditations. You can go and you can commune. Okay, you can talk. You can speak. They can hear you. All right, and when that happens, if I'm reading a book and I don't understand what it is saying, that is my key to go into a meditation and say, reveal.
Y'all see this comment? Y'all see that comment? Hold on.
Let me see.
Y'all see that comment on the screen, cuz? Y'all see that comment on the screen? Y'all see that shit? Hold on, let's see if it go away. Y'all see Y'all see that comment on the screen? Y'all see that comment on the screen, cuz? Come on, go down. Come on, come on. Come on, go down. No. No. Y'all see that comment on the screen? Come on, cuz. Go away. Hold on. Will they? Okay, y'all should be able to see it. Y'all see that comment on the screen? You see that comment? Of course, the liberal woman says, she is making so much sense to me. Of course she is, because y'all both chaotic. She's chaotic just like your stupid ass. But you know what? Whatever. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh. Real quick, let me read some comments. Females will always tell on themselves. I'm glad you let her speak. Hey, that's what I said. I'm gonna let this rock for the most part. I'm kind of doing something. I'm trying to focus on something per se, but I'm also listening as well. But you're right. I do that all the time with people in general. If I know you dead wrong on something that you're about to speak on, I just let you speak, bro. I already know you dead wrong. You're gonna contradict yourself either very quickly or eventually, if not multiple times during your speech. So I'm just going to let you talk. And then I'm going to respond to everything that you said after you're done. It ain't hard. I was just about to point out that comment. Thank you. Oh boy. That emoji says it all, Mac. That emoji says it all. Whew.
Everything that we witness and experience. Remember.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. Oh my goodness. She about 35.
Look at your religious texts all over the world. You will see pictures of and statues of mudras like this, mudras like that, mudras like that. Do you understand what they mean?
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
About the water mental. As a man thinketh, so is we can go and you can commune.
All right.
Okay, you can talk, you can speak, they can hear you. All right. And when that happens, if I'm reading a book and I don't understand what it is saying, that is my key to go into a meditation and say, reveal, let me see. Everything that we witness and experience. Remember, Thoth told you that this realm is mental. It's 100% mental. As a man thinketh, so is he. As above, so below. When you hear Yeshua pray and he says on earth as in heaven, he is saying the same concepts. We want to place him in a position where he's just floating around and being all God on earth as in heaven. The man thinketh, so is he. As above, so below. When you hear Yeshua pray and he says on earth as in heaven, he is saying the same concepts. We want to place him in a position where he's just floating around and being all God, but he was a master teacher of all wisdom throughout ages. He traveled. The issue was when we wrote about him, when we read about him in his travels.
Why did you not pause?
As in heaven, he is saying the same concepts. We want to place him in a position where he's just floating around.
Bitch, shut up. Y'all hear that shit? She really thinks that in the Lord's Prayer, when he says thy will be done on earth as in heaven, she really thinks that's talking about the Hegelian dialectic. Oh my God. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. You can't make this deception up. Bro, what the?
Around and being all God, but he was a master teacher of all wisdom throughout ages. He traveled. The issue was when we wrote about him, when we read about him in his travels, we excluded Mary Magdalene.
Bruh.
She traveled with him. He didn't teach himself. There are things,
oh my God,
that we have to get right in this dispensation of time in order for us to balance. We're talking about Ma'at now, okay? In this time,
man.
When we talk about the water bearer, when we talk about the age of Aquarius, I need you to relate back to your Bibles and figure out when it was said at a certain time, my spirit is going to pour on all flesh. Does that just mean the men?
Man.
Come on now.
Man.
That the logic is too narrow. Man. The expansion of the feminine energy is what helps create or usher in that level of understanding so that now you can live a balanced life. You can see without seeing. You can understand these things. You can navigate the Baphomet. Remember, I said people look at that as a deity, and Hollywood did a wonderful thing of putting that out. You know, I see alchemy. Look at your religious texts all over the world. You will see pictures of and statues of mudras like this, mudras like that, mudras like that. Do you understand what they mean? Our ancestors have mastery not only over the earth realm, but we were able to commune with the celestial realm as two. That balanced us, okay? In any realm of existence, your job is to escape it. The only way that you can escape it is to unlock your consciousness, to understand what was placed in front of you as a way to entrap anything that was divine in your little square boxes. Most people don't even know who they are without them being labeled. From the moment that you enter into this realm of existence, you go through a veil of forgetfulness. Okay. Now, if you're an occultist or if you're in any type of esoteric wisdom, we will call that the sword of truth descending, and then we ride the serpent of wisdom back up. Now, for those of you who are scared of serpent wisdom, first of all, that lets me know that there's an issue right then and there, because we're not supposed to be afraid of anything. God does not give us a spirit of fear. Yes, we command these things. So when we're dealing with the serpent of wisdom that goes back up, what you're dealing with is understanding both layers of consciousness, how they operate, what laws are governing the realm that you are walking in 3D versus what is of higher levels of intelligence. Okay, this is why it was instructed to you to be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. How do you know how to defeat an enemy if you're too scared to study them? I'm asking. If you're too afraid to run around, who's running around talking about, oh my God, there's a devil after me? What's the devil? It's a self-willed consciousness that can be embodied by anybody when they decide that they alone have all the keys to the mystery. How do you have the keys to the mystery? What makes you so profound that you want to debate and tear another brother down, and all you're doing is reading? Do you understand me? When I say that most of your reality is going to be governed by what you choose to believe, I'm talking facts. None of this can ever be proven. Okay? You weren't there, but your soul was. And even though your soul was, this is why we gravitate to these different branches of religion.
So this is what she's saying. She's saying even though your soul was there in the past, you wasn't there. So you have no grounds to be able to prove what you're saying. So even though you're basically you're basically promoting reincarnation, at the same time you're doing what a lot of these dumbass camps like to do when they promote reincarnation. You don't even remember the person that you were quote unquote reincarnated from. Is that what I'm understanding? But yet you're reincarnated, so you have the same soul as them. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Wow. Just this whole thing. Wow. It don't even matter what part you're reacting to. Madness. Absolutely. That's what all these occultists believe. Yep. Thank you, sir. I think the Mason infiltrated her. No, actually both. I think the Masons infiltrated her and she infiltrated the Masons at the same time. You know, that alchemy, that Hegelian dialectic. Wow, that's blasphemy. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, she rides that snake. Oh, Mac, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. That's a low blow. Oh shit. That's a low blow, bruh. Man, come on. Man, this shit retarded.
Religious system.
Tap on the screen.
This is where our ancestry, it calls out to us. And we don't have to be unified in that. We do have to take the principles of what they were teaching, the breadcrumbs, to start to create and keep creating. Do ye not know that those of you who are writers right now, who are speakers right now, you are the new prophets for the new age?
What?
There are people that are going to uncover us when this realm is no longer, when the earth is covered and it goes to another cycle, because there are varying cycles of the earth, okay? It is complete foolishness to actually believe that the earth was created in 6 days. Let's be realistic about this. We're talking about evolution. Evolution takes time, okay? Evolution takes time, not only in the physical plane, but the mental plane as well. Right? So
this is deep right here.
You got to see beyond that. But you who are here, who are unlocking, who are discovering, who are expanding, who are tapping into those higher levels of consciousness as you write, and as the earth goes through its next cycle, what is going to be uncovered is you. They're not going to go back all the way to ancient Sumer again. It's going to be you. So you have to embrace your own journey. You have to know what is right for you. You have to purify your own light. You have to advance your own consciousness. And nobody can tell you what you already know. So why do we try to fit in? I left the Hebrews because they were minimizing what I knew. I'm the little sister. You understand? I'm the baby sister. I have 12 powerful brothers. Okay? These 12 brothers, they're on this earth. I recognize them. They did not recognize me. So when I was coming to them, you know, for wisdom, for understanding, and when they would share these things with me, all it would was expand. I'm not seeing that way. Why is that? Maybe the demonization from the Christian pantheon during that time kind of stifled, just thinking, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying that it's true, but I'm giving you something to think about. Maybe it was spearheaded because the feminine, the LOI, was the first to challenge the authority of an L. And with that being said, she now had to become the scapegoat.
What? All right, time out. Family, everybody keep asking me, how can I get to her channel? Her channel, her link. The link is in the chat. I just put it in there. Make sure y'all go and subscribe. If y'all want more detailed information, I'm dropping her link in the channel. Y'all can go click on it, subscribe, and bring your ass back over here. So go on over there. Make sure you hit that button, subscribe, and get some more information. She going in. I'm on your channel right.
I'll pass. What the fuck? I agree, Mac. What? No Stone Cold Steve Austin. Remember that WWE chant? What? What? Oh my god. LOY, is that a real word? I can't quite remember. I looked all this stuff up before. See, I wish I had my fucking BLB app. This shit's fucking ridiculous. Because I'll be able to look all that up. I think it is, but not necessarily the way she's trying to spell it, but whatever. Well, man, this shit's annoying. But LOI has nothing to do with the fuck she's talking about. Hold on.
Right now, just looking at the topics, and I'm like, wow, I'm blown away. You going in. Talk to me about, we've been having these discussions with the sisters on a panel, and they've been talking about lately leadership. Some of the sisters don't respect the leadership of a man, or they saying, no, I don't like that word leadership. What about partnership? Can we be together, or can we do this together? Do we really need leadership from a man? Or do you accept leadership from a man, or no, we equal, we together? Talk to us about that.
I submit only to a higher level of truth.
Uh-oh.
If that higher level of truth is coming from a masculine, I will submit to that. If that higher level of truth is coming from a feminine, I will grasp to that. We have to get past these genders. It goes too much in the ego. Why do you think so many of your brothers rise and fall? Rise and fall.
Because they don't respect gender anymore.
Okay? They're caught. They're caught in a karmic loop of what their ancestors taught them. And not all of them was correct. So one of the things that, would stick out to me in the New Testament was that, Paul used to say, Bible was for edification purposes. We're supposed to look at these journeys of our elders in our past, and we're supposed to discern what was right and what was wrong. Do you understand? We get out of these karmic cycles when we start to identify trends in our life. We got to solve the algorithms. We have to reconcile the paradoxes. The reason why we can't just automatically submit to a masculine is sometimes they don't even understand what they're saying. I can't follow somebody else in the ditch. I'm here to balance you. I am your reflection. So when you're going around and saying, oh, a woman is contentious and all of that, then what are you doing to make her that way? Because her original design was never that. We became the algorithm on this realm. We became the anomaly when we introduced the concept of nurturing and unconditional love, threw everything out of whack. So now we gotta control her. I want you to think of this rationally. We don't seek to control anything that we don't fear, right? I'm asking you, Sanetta, get off
Wrong.
my head.
Right. I got my mute on. That's all. Yes, I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
All right. We don't seek to control anything that we don't fear. This is through all from different levels of consciousness, races, animal kingdoms, there's governance on every kingdom of existence. You have a lot of lions and lionesses on your channel, and they're here to roar, and I'm here to support them. Even if we're walking in different veins, understand me, we have to branch out. Okay, we can't have one monolithic school of thought. You got sisters out here that are specializing in healthcare, nurturing. You got sisters out here that is bringing higher levels of knowledge to, but you don't want to hear that from her because of her gender. How dare you?
What?
What is your creator if he does not encompass both masculine and feminine principles? How am I going to follow you? You don't know what you're talking about. So I am in agreement with those sisters. Our masculine, we are here to heal them. But we can't heal
What?
them if they don't want to hear us. We can't.
What?
There's nothing we can do at that time.
Man.
It is only when you start to identify when you are speaking to a human, a sister, or an LOI, will you get this. I'm not here to be quiet anymore. It's time for us to wake up.
All right, hold on for 1 minute, because I think the brothers are misunderstanding you. There's a comment in the chat that says,
I can't see them.
This woman don't want leadership from a man. That's not what she said. If you heard what she said,
Now, do you
she's
understand
talking
what
about
I'm
from a higher consciousness. So y'all miss what she said. If it comes in the form of a man or if it comes in the form of a female. See, you missed it, brother. Go ahead, sister. It went right over your head, bro.
Way over.
Yes.
Way over. And see, that's the type of mentality that keeps you stuck in a karmic cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You don't want to hear. You're only looking.
You said don't put gender in front of it. Try not to use gender. Don't put gender in front of your eyes. You see?
No, we're energy. We're avatars. We're emanations. Okay. Mm-hmm. We only take on the law of gender when we enter into this realm. This is a material realm. So now we have to personify it. But it does not mean that a woman can't operate in her logic, and it does not mean that a man cannot operate in his intuition. The key to all of this is to balance it. Just like you got the right and left brain, and you need them both to function, you need them both to operate here. Now, if you don't want to do it, good luck. I'm not going to try to convince you, okay? But you will not evolve. You will find yourself going through the same things over and over again, trying to repeat the same tenets of the past. That's ages. That's a past aeon. We are in the 13th eon now. Okay, if you don't know what that means, I suggest you study. The 13th eon is the divine feminine. It is the water bearer. It is the primordial water coming down on this earth. It is the spirit. And for those brothers who went out there and it is said that the Trinity was 3 men, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I don't even know. It's an as above, below type principle. We are microcosms of macro, something bigger than us. So,
well, I can tell you that shit ain't real. So any motherfucker preaching the quote unquote Trinity is automatically a dumbass nigga. Period. But this is what happens when you preach that dumbass shit. Now you get stupid motherfuckers like this bitch to come in and say, well, how do you know if there was 3 men there? It could have been a woman there. It's going to get to the point where Christ is going to be a fucking transgender soon. Oh, wait. That's the whole point of the Baphomet. Because that's their quote unquote Christ. The combination of the masculine and feminine principles. Give me a break.
So if the Trinity was Father, and Son, then naturally we're going to manifest that here on this realm. We would be man, and son.
What?
You need to understand when wisdom speaks, she carries femininity.
Oh,
do you understand that Trinity that you are speaking about that has been perpetuated over and over and over in different eons? You see the Father, the Mother, and the child. What makes you think that I am going to now negate what it is that I am experiencing, the levels in which I can speak, the levels that you may or may not be able to comprehend, and say, oh, I'm not supposed to be this way because I'm a girl?
Man,
if you can make it make sense, then I'll follow you. But if you can't make it make sense, it's because it wasn't designed to be made sense of.
Okay.
An interpretation.
Oh my God.
You talked about yourself being a former Israelite.
Oh my God.
No. I'm going somewhere else with it.
Okay.
You talked about.
Thank you. She that's the second best thing she said this live stream. This nigga keep going back to Israelite this, Israelite that. This nigga stay on our nuts. This nigga be riding the Israelites nuts, boy. This nigga be meat riding, bruh. This nigga be major meat riding. This shit is absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much every time he's opened his mouth, oh, you say you're an Israelite. The next time he talks, oh, well, you say, you used to be an Israelite. Or And then 30 minutes later, after she gets done talking her bullshit primordial waters talk, you know, you said 20 minutes ago that you say you used to be an Israelite. Like, nigga, shut up. You ain't got nothing else to say? God damn. What the fuck?
Being a former Israelite.
Yes.
I spoke to you on the phone the other day, and you said that you now have become a ominous.
Oh my
Talk
God!
to us
Of
about
course.
what is an ominous.
I
What
don't
does
even
all
think
that
that was
mean?
the right word that I should have used. I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you.
No, I like the word. I
Find-
like the word because I had a sister on here before, and she was debating I'm an ominous, or what religion you follow, and she was saying she's an ominous. So I like the word. I'm interested in hearing more about
Well,
what is it actually. What is
an
actually?
ominous is a person that can they identify through different and varying cultures, religions, and they can tie it all together. Okay, they can track it. They're not putting one above the other. They're taking the tenets out of everything that was taught by our ancestors, and they're formulating their own strategy. But I'm not sure that that's what I am.
Okay.
It's the closest thing that I can use to describe my walk. Okay, it is, but I don't think that's exactly it. I think that if I was to sum all of this, it would be more hermetic or mental alchemist. In other words, I just am. Once I'm going to present this to you, okay, this way. Why don't I see you anymore? I don't see you anymore. Okay,
you don't see me.
Okay. Okay, we're dealing with laws, right? We're dealing with a species that we went through varying phases of advancements and regression, simply based off of our ability to understand or process the knowledge, the information that was given to us. Our ancestor Thoth had told us a long time ago, he put a warning out there, and he was like, hey, don't be giving our knowledge to the hairy and barbarians of the north, right? Because if they pervert the knowledge, then it's going to be catastrophic, and then they have the ability to use it against us. And
the barbarians were so-called black people, i.e. Israelites, but whatever.
Were able to do it. They have been identifying the new times and the seasons while some of you have been too afraid to even look at astrology, too afraid to even venture outside of that which you were originally identifying with. So when it comes down to this, I take the tenets and I like to teach it this way. Sonetta, follow me if you can. This is the best way that I can teach it and present it. When you have a child, right? You have a 2-year-old. You have a 2-year-old running around the house, right? 2-year-old runs into the kitchen. The 2-year-old wants to touch the stove and all of that stuff. And then you pop her hand. No. Okay. Don't touch the stove. The stove is hot. It will burn you. Okay. That is embedded in that 2-year-old's mind. That becomes a law in your house. Okay. When that 2-year-old starts to grow and mature a little bit, now they can get in the kitchen. They can open up the refrigerator. They can boil on some hot dogs. They can scramble some eggs, but they might not be able to fry chicken yet. That becomes a law. No. Okay. We don't do that. Now, by the time that being has come into adulthood, and we typically do this in cycles of 7. Okay. I have too much information. I can't sum it up in your show. I'm sorry about that. But when we start to
well, you'll be back for part 2, 3, 4, and 5, hopefully. This is one of the sisters that does a show on the female show, Unscrambled Minds. Her name is Dulcinea, Sister Dulcinea.
Bless you.
Hello. Bless you.
And sister, I don't want to take your mind. Remember, you was talking about the age, the status of the children.
Okay.
Touch the stove. Go ahead.
So now, when you get in your teenage years, you could cook a little bit more, and by the time you're an adult, you're a master of the kitchen. That law no longer applies to you. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So we were even told in our Bibles that laws was for the unrighteous, not the righteous, right? There are souls here that need religious systems. I have went through an ebb and flow, debating on whether or not, like, if this was even healthy for us at this time, because all we keep doing is going backwards, right? But it came to my realization that there are souls that don't even know basic righteousness. Yeah, religion has to stay. But the issue is now we have to teach it correctly. All right. So each L who was responsible, Because remember, your Bible tells you that your nations were separated according to the sons of God, right? Does that mean one particular religion? No, it does not.
Okay. No, but it does mean one particular race of people. She thinks she's slick. She tried to quote Deuteronomy 32:9, but didn't quote it correctly. Okay. But you know what? We'll get that in the epilogue here.
Okay.
There we go.
But your nations was broken up, and each had, a responsibility to raise up consciousness to get back to the creator. There's only one creator. There's many gods. There's many gods and goddesses, but there's only one creator, right? So each of these elves had a charge to do that, and many of them failed. And when they failed, they became trapped. Okay. They were no longer able to ascend to where they came from. So what did we do? We build systems here on this earth. We build, tunnels underground. We go to the halls of Amenti, where we're seeing souls that are constantly being recycled because they're not actually learning the lessons or the tenets of the lessons to get to self-mastery. The day of scapegoating is over. We're not in that dispensation of time. There is no, you're walking out right now doing whatever you want to do, and then I go home and say a prayer and Jesus saves me. You are responsible for your journey now. Okay. We've already laid down the breadcrumbs and the tenets in the past. Now you are supposed to elevate your consciousness. Now you are supposed to become one with your creator. Now you are supposed to unlock the keys and the mysteries of this universe. And more importantly, now you're supposed to create. You can't create if you're in constant opposition to one another. You can't create. My book means more to me than your book. What is the book telling you? What are you learning from that? Do you understand? We weren't supposed to just look at these religious texts that all of it was all good so that we can repeat it. You have to reconcile the paradoxes. You have to see yourself, your likeness in any of these scriptures that you are reading. You have to see yourself. And then you have to see, is it mirroring your journey that you have right now? What is going on? What did my ancestors do? And what do I need to do? Okay. We evolve. Everything evolves. And it's okay. But if you don't get to that level,
no, it doesn't.
Then you'll be stuck.
That's
Things
a lie.
won't move for you. And you're missing the new age as it's unraveling right in front of you. And unfortunately, to some of you men, that does include the rise and awakening of the divine feminine. We're here. We have to balance the scales. Now, we've went through this. Okay? We went through this. We were in a dispensation of time when we were balanced, and then that was snatched with us when the tenets of Christianity came through.
Oh,
now we have to fight our way back to become the mirror and the reflection that we were designed to be, the Ezer Kenegdo. The Ezer Kenegdo is the reflection of the masculine. But not only, if you break that down, okay, you're talking about his savior, his stone of help. Everything about him is necessary. Everything about him to rise is necessary when he incorporates us in our wisdom.
Did she just say that the woman is the savior of the man? You know what? Let me go back. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't hear that correctly.
We were in a dispensation of time when we were balanced, and then that was snatched with us when the tenets of Christianity came through. Now we have to fight our way back to become the mirror and the reflection that we were designed to be, the Ezer Kenegdo. The Ezer Kenegdo is the reflection of the masculine. But not only, if you break that down, okay, you're talking about his savior, his stone of help. Everything about him is necessary. Everything about him to rise is necessary when he incorporates us in our wisdom with it. Then we produce a divine child. Now, depending on your school of thought, some say it's knowledge and wisdom that produces the divine child of understanding. Again, okay? But you can't get to levels of understanding if you can't even gravitate to the very thing that was sent here to be a part of your own soul. You hate her? You demonize her? You uplift Queen Esther, but you demonize Queen Vashti because she refused to parade around drunk in front of a bunch of men in your kingdom. And now you got men in Israel going, oh, she's got too much, too much power. This is a queen. Why are you trying to stay to the crown? In this day and age, you have to give it back. And we are going to, there's nothing going to stop this because it has already been foretold. Okay? How you process the information that you have been given is up to you. That's your walk. I can't change your mind with that. But what I can do is point you to the areas where you can find it for yourself. And that's all I'm here to do. That's all. Oh my God, Queens. I got 2 of them in here. How y'all doing?
Okay, that's Sister Freedom right there, Robin. And if y'all have any questions, this is the time right now to ask her. Dulcinea?
Yes, I did. And I love everything that you were saying. Thank you so much, Queen, for your wisdom. I did have a question. I love how you were talking about the dispensations of El and how we see El and Elohim and Yahweh coming from El. And
who the fuck is Yahweh? Who the fuck is that?
Asherah, which I say in the chat all the time, you know, how Asherah was an actual divine being that was worshipped at the time, and they took that away and everything. What I want to ask a question.
Oh my goodness.
With women actually invoking that divine femininity, what do you feel like we need to do as far as because of those divine essence that have been stripped from the text or anything? How do we get that back? And do you think there is a problem of women being more so seeking into the divine masculine instead of honing in on the feminine aspects of life? And
well, I'm going to say it like this. Going back to the 0 point in the emanation, the understanding that when we're talking about creator, we're dealing with source. Okay. So if you are dealing with source or the creator, your wisdom is going to naturally be different. Okay. The way that we can get upon this is if we can have our masculines actually hear us out when we speak. You can get what he is saying and you can process that with the logical side of your mind. Okay. We carry both, but your mind is way more expansive. Your mind is way more exclusive. Your mind is creative. So what we are supposed to be doing in this time is to help heal them. We're supposed to help heal our masculines by pointing out some things, by some of them have machismo, too big of an ego. They don't know how to crack, so they can't tune into anything of higher levels of consciousness. Okay, we're going to teach them, we're going to heal them, and we're going to do this with our love and our wisdom. And as we collaborate as divine sisters, okay, we start to create a new paradigm shift. Because what if, all right, I'm going to say this real quick. And I know we're running for time. Okay. But what did scientists say? Scientists said a long time ago that, you know, humans only had the ability to access 10-15% of their brain. It was some craziness like that. Right now, for the majority, let's say that was true. I'm coming to you and I'm talking to you from, you know, a metaspiritual or metaphysical or esoteric frame of thought. But if I come to you with a scientific school of thought, what I'm going to say to you is, what if you get to a certain level of consciousness where you can unlock more areas of your brain that allows you to see beyond what is seen, to comprehend beyond what is comprehensible? Okay. So even in the Bibles, again, when we're talking about being of this world, but not in it, it's the way that we perceive it. You have to stand in your own and still be respectful to him. This is your king. You know what I mean? This is our king. These are our counterbalances. But the maturity level has not been there for a while. The ego has. And the more we start to get this, you know, curve away that, and they start to embrace us and love us again, the way that we were designed to be loved, the only thing that we can do is be that example of that love and hope.
Oh boy, here is Mrs. Get Down to the Get Down in the left corner. Oh boy, I know she can't wait to run her fucking mouth.
And pray, depending on, you know, what level of I guess consciousness or school of thought that you're coming from. We're going to pray and hope that they come on board and can hear us. That's it. Love them.
Oh dear God.
Anybody else?
I must say that you are just me in a different body. You're just me in a different body. And, you know, everything that you've said, I agree with. I probably.
Keep in mind, Sinetta is not even really paying attention at all to this conversation at this point. He's like, fuck this shit. When is that debate coming? Where's our next debate? I mean, shit.
Probably read the Bible probably the same way that you do. I don't read it in a literal form. I read it in a symbolic form. I've said 1,000 times. You have to put yourself inside it. You have to accept it. You know, it's just an example of what you go through in life. You've experienced everything in the book. It's you.
Exactly.
That. It's you. It's you.
You can see it. Go
I
ahead.
definitely want to know what's your zodiac sign.
Oh my God.
Scorpio.
Oh my God.
That's different.
Bruh.
Because I'm a Taurus and I'm very analytical. Yeah, a Scorpio's analytical, but on the outside and not the inside.
Bruh. 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 Hey, Mac. Hey, scary hours, right? Scary hours. What the fuck? Should have known that zodiac shit was gonna come into play. I should have fucking known, bro. I should have fucking known. They channeling each other now. Oh my God. Bro, okay, I'm about to give up. I try to make it through the whole thing, but I'm about to give up, dog. This is oh my God, somebody help.
So you are actually my opposite.
Polar opposite.
Bruh, Mac. Mac.
That's kind of weird, but
Mac.
we got a lot in common.
Mac.
And we should have a lot in common because it is the energy. It is a divine feminine. We're not
supposed to want to come in because I didn't want to mess your build up in any kind of way. Because I was like, is that me?
Mac. Mac.
Okay.
Comment of the stream,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like, wow, it was illuminating to hear you. I was in my house screaming. I had to throw something on real quick. I was like, let me hurry up, something on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to say is keep going. You got it. You understand what your mission is, and nobody can tell you that.
Definitely.
Man.
Nobody can tell you that.
It is hard to you know, to how can you do this? To teach when you're dealing with the opposite sex, because for so long they have been led to believe that they are the leaders and not to believe that you are our sons.
Exactly. Hey,
you dare even
What? Bruh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Man. Bruh. You can't make this shit up. Once did not The wise men before our time have warned us, brothers, in the knowledge that the average so-called black woman looks at the average so-called black man as their son. They don't look at them as a man anymore. They view them as their son because they have been contorted into believing that they are the leaders. Shit's getting weird. Mac is on it. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You really can't make this shit up.
Even our sons think that they're our leaders, and the fact is, you are our sons.
Bruh.
I'm so glad you said
I love her.
Because I wanted to ask that. What do you think about Masonry and its origins being the science of the mother and the son? So she brought right into that. So I definitely want to get your opinion on that.
Okay, so I tried to become an Eastern Star at one point in time.
Oh my God!
Like, Lord,
I'm trying.
And I don't even know what the Eastern Star is.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And I had, you know, some of my brothers did go in masonry and all that. To me, it's science. It's not nothing to fear. You know, they have a good way of breaking down. They understand alchemy. Okay, the same way that I do, the way that I see symbolisms and duality and how the merging, you know, as we start to climb the ladder, we get rid of these polar opposites. I will say this, from what I have discovered, when it comes down to masonry, Scottish Rite and Prince Hall, they don't teach the same.
No.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so
How do you know that?
Congress, they kind of kept a lot of the secret, and they don't like to give it to women. Okay, they don't like to give it to women. So even when I was in there, they had, the 5 matriarchs that they identified that women should model themselves after, and they were by no means the 5 that I would have chosen. Let's put it that way. Okay, they were by no means of that. And so it became more of a charitable thing, with the women, while the men go off and explore secrets that they still haven't figured out. They can't decode without us.
Man.
But I don't want to say that out loud. Okay, so they come up with these constructs and these ideas, but then when it comes to practicality, they're not moving, they're not shaking. We are golden womb. We are the key to your manifestation. We are the key to the birthing of the new society. You can do nothing without us, and you can big yourself up as much as you want, but it's not going to happen. Masonry is child's play. I'm not afraid of it. I understand what they're saying, especially when they're dealing with the great architect, what that is meaning, the construct of things. So I have no problems with it.
I started an organization called Mothers of the Womb.
Ooh, okay.
Just to try to make them understand, because it seems to me that it's a bunch of elder people that don't want any change in the Eastern Star, that they don't even understand is actually just the sun. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't want anybody to come in to make a change. And I'm a quarrels on my mother.
So she started her own Masonic organization? Oh my God. This really is scary hours.
The side, and my entire family have been a part of the Eastern Stars since I can remember. And if you come in trying to make any type of change, it's a problem.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it just means mother, son. I mean, if you come in with any type of information and try to change it, they still stuck on literal Bible reading. They don't understand anything. You try to tell them anything about, no, a tree doesn't really mean a tree.
Right.
It doesn't really mean that. Jesus wasn't really feeding people
right.
a piece of, and we talking about food for mind. He's not a real person. You know what I mean? Anything you try to tell anybody,
he's not a real person. Oh God.
In the Eastern, they don't want to hear it. It's still, they just Christians. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? It's, to me, that's what I
no.
You know what I mean?
I've seen that because even with going there, we were more into, like I said, it was charity.
That nigga Sonetter has left the building. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of these women want to be Eastern Stars. It was created by the so-called white man. Well, now that 10, we'll probably do a bigger breakdown on the Masonic order at some point down the line. I want to get I want that to be a group one. You know what I'm saying? That way we can bounce off of each other. So obviously the NWBs would have to assemble, but that'll be coming down the line. That's an idea of mine that'll be coming down the line. So hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be able to host that type of topic on this channel. So keep an eye out for that in the future. But I'm pretty much done with this. If Sonetta gonna leave, shit, I might as well leave too, because nigga, the fuck, ain't no point of me being here. What's going on? Yo, he really gone. I didn't even realize that until about 10 minutes in. Yeah, that nigga gone, bro. That nigga is gone, dog. So that means so should we. But all right. So let's see what we got. Let's actually look up the term gods or Elohim real quick. Let's go ahead and do some biblical research on that. All right. Hold on. I should be able to see it on the screen. Hold on. All right. Let it pop up. What's this? Ha. Anyway, that's for another time, for another day, homie. But okay, so I guess that's as far as it's gonna zoom up. Hopefully y'all can see it on the screen. But let's see. So this is the term that she was referring to, Elohim or Elohim or Elohim. Elohim, my bad, in the paleo. Um let's see what it says. Plural, divine, plural, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, lowercase gods. This is actually in reference to Psalms 82 when it refers to the sons of Israel being quote unquote gods, i.e., what? Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, depending on the context, but you get the point. And then, of course, there's this deceptive plural intensive singular meaning God, goddess, yeah, okay, godlike one, works of special possessions of God, the one true God, the true God, i.e., Yahweh or God. It's basically saying the same thing. Whatever, right? All right, let's see. All right, let's see what we can find. Okay, because I want to get a point here. I want to get straight to the point. Where does the term? All right, there we go. Right, God or okay. Let's go with number 2. Plural intensive. A, God or goddess. Yeah, okay. Always with suffix. 1 Samuel 5:17. Dagon. Okay, fake God. Judges 11:24. Chemosh. 1 Kings 18:24. Baal. Judges 8. Not my bad. Judges 9:27. Daniel 1 and 2. Twice in verse or a construct. Let's see. Zayadin's Chemosh, god of Moab. 1 Kings 11:33. The God in 2 Kings twice in the verse. Also, the Syrians suppose that Yahweh is a mountain god and not a god of the valleys. 1 Kings 20 and 28. Godlike one, Exodus 4 and 16. Absolutely cap. Moses in relation to Aaron. Exodus 7. Bruh. Yeah, what the hell? In relation to Pharaoh. See, that's really what it's relation to, not to Aaron. That don't even make no sense. But anyway, 1 Samuel 28 and 13, the shade of Samuel, Psalms 45 and 7, the relation, the Messianic king, oh God. Most scholars, ancient and modern, but I throne is God's throne. Compare First Chronicles 28 and 5. Now let's see if there's yeah, right. Yahweh is the God. Deuteronomy 4 and 35 and 39. Cap, boy. Yahweh. Get out of here. All right, let me see. Let's see if we can get some stuff about goddess. Let's see. Because of course it's about the quote unquote divine feminine. God in truth. Man, he just playing, bro. Oh my God. Because I forgot exactly where. Let's see. Give me a second. We're gonna look up something. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see. Oh wait. Goddess. Come on. What in the world? All right, there we go. goddess. Bro, what? Why is that let me find it? Okay, whatever. We'll just look it up here. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Oh man, I'm not trying to type a URL. Go on somewhere. Bro. Why is this? Why is it not letting me look up anything? This is not letting me look up anything. Why is it doing this? Hold on. Hold on. This shit being retarded, man. Damn. All right. Let me look it up this way. Okay. So look this up. Let's look this up. Hold on. Let me switch to the screen. Let me switch to the screen. I'm gonna try to do this quick so that way we can close out. Get the point. What the Bible actually teaches. Fucking jackasses. Man, come on, man. Now the screen doing that bullshit with the screen share. Give it a second. 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 Oh my goodness. Man, if you don't, come on, bruh. Oh, why is it doing this shit right now? We trying to close out. We trying to get up out of here. I'm trying to be done by 8 and we can do it, but shit won't let me be great. It won't let me be great, y'all. It just won't let me be great. Give me a second, guys. Won't let me click on anything. It won't let me rock the party. Just my screen is just doing this dumb shit right now. It's just annoying. Okay, there we go. There we go. Finally. Okay. Hold on. Give me, what was it again? I think it was 1 Kings 11. All right. 1 Kings 11. Man, come on, man. She won't take forever in life. Bro, why is it doing that? Okay, hold on. Why is it doing that? I don't understand. All right. Trying to figure out where would be the best. Because I was like, down later on in the chapter. I mean, shit. Oh, let me see. Let me make sure. Was it 1 Kings? Let me see. Okay. My bad. Let me go up. We'll just start at verse 1. So 1 Kings chapter 11, starting at verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord Yahweh said to the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods, i.e., spiritual fornication, which we're going to get to that, their gods, Solomon clave onto these in love, i.e., what? Love for the woman. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. Keep in mind, it doesn't say his concubines turned away his heart. The wives did. Anyway, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord Yahweh his power, as was his heart of David his father. Here's the kicker right here. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. Okay? In verse 6, let's see how the Most High considered this. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord as did David his father. Meaning what? Worshiping that goddess, quote unquote goddess Ashtoreth, that was evil in the sight of the Most High. That was evil in the sight of the Creator. So are we supposed to be worshiping goddesses, quote unquote goddesses, according to the account of the Old Testament? No, that is evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh. Now let's get the New Testament, because there's only 2 times where the term goddess even comes up. So let's see in the New Testament. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What the hell? Anyway, hold on. What am I trying to say? Let me go to Acts. What was it again? Acts 19. Acts 19. Where should I start? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Acts. Acts chapter 19. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. My goodness. Anyway, Hold on, my bad, guys. Hold on. My bad, guys. I'm trying to take care of something. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. My bad. Okay. Gotta close this out. Got something I gotta do. But do. Okay. Let's see. Acts 19. You know what? Let's start at verse 21. Acts 19, verse 21. After these things were ended, Paul proposed in the spirit when he had passed through Macedonia and Achaia, I believe that's how you say it, or Achaia, go to Jerusalem, saying, after I have been there, I must also see Rome. So he sent into Macedonia two of them that ministered unto him, Timotheus or Timothy, and Erastus, right? But he himself stayed in Asia for a season. And the same time there arose no small stir about that way. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen, whom he called together with the workmen of the occupation, and said, Sirs, Ye know that by this craft we have our wealth. Moreover, ye see and hear that alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying they be no gods, which are made by hands. Meaning what? They're fake. So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great quote unquote goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. And then, and when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. And the whole city was filled with confusion. And having caught Gaius and our Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, excuse me, Paul's companions in travel, they rushed with one accord into the theater. And when Paul would have entered in unto the people, the disciples suffered him not. And certain of the chief of Asia, which were his friends, sent unto him, desiring him that he would not adventure himself into the theater. Some therefore cried one thing, some cried another, for the assembly was confused, and more part knew not whereof, not wherefore they were came together. They were come together, sorry. And they drew Alexander out of the multitude, and Jews putting him forward, and Alexander beckoned with the hand and would have made his defense. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice about the space of 2 hours cried out, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. Yeah, okay. And when the town clerk had appeased the people, he said, Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that knoweth not, and not now, that the city of the Ephesians is a worshiper of the great quote unquote goddess Diana, and of the image which fell down from Jupiter. Hmm. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. My bad, y'all. We're gonna try to wrap this up quick. My bad, guys. I had something to take care of on the phone. But let me wrap this up. Hold on. What verse was I at? Oh, verse 36. Seeing then that these things cannot be spoken against, ye ought to be quiet and to do nothing rashly. For ye have brought hither these men, which are neither robbers of churches, nor yet blasphemers of your goddess, quote unquote goddess. Wherefore, if Demetrius and the craftsmen which are with him have a matter against any man, the law is open, and there are deputies. Let them implead with my bad. Let them implead one another. But if ye inquire anything concerning other matters, it shall be determined in a lawful assembly. For we are in danger to be called in question for this day, for the day's uproar, when being no cause whereby we may have an account of this concourse. And when he had thus spoken, he dismissed the assembly. Now, once again, at the end of the day, it was spoken many times in this chapter that that hold on, what is it? Not many times, but one time, just flat out. Hold on. What was it? Oh, verse 26. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone in Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, that Paul had persuaded and turned away much people, saying, they be no gods, which are made by hands. Who are the gods made by hands? Quote unquote gods made by hands. The quote unquote great goddess Diana, who is a version of Ashtoreth, a Greek version of Ashtoreth, and also Jupiter. That was also mentioned here. Once again, the Bible is a history book. So that's that. Once again, there is no such thing as a quote unquote goddess. There is no such thing really as quote unquote divine feminine. All that stuff is just new age concepts based off of the ancient wicked worshiping practices of old. So that's that. As you want to, you know what, whatever. We'll stop it right there. Yes, sorry about that. I had to take care of something on the phone, but she definitely skipped that part. Absolutely. But let's be for real. How do we, we went to the code to discuss actually the difference between the false gods and the one true God. So at the end of the day, how do we how do we how do we usurp these things? How do we bypass these tricks and gimmicks by these Eastern stars or Masonic people or these quote unquote divine feminine worshipers? Come on, man. Y'all already know what to do. Hold on. Come on, man. Y'all should be able to see it on the screen. You got to be a return to the code. Y'all know what it is. You got to be returned to the code so you can properly Kahala Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Nagad HaKwataza Mayan HaRashayath. Meaning what? Declaring the end from the beginning. Isaiah 46:10. But hey, when it comes to anything that we point out on these channels, whether it's mine, TKPs, SODs, Instagram, wherever you at, hey, at the end of the day, I'm just an NWB. I'm just a nigga with a Bible. Say, scriptures tell us buy the truth, sell it not. Proverbs 23:23. So what the fuck do I know, right? But shit, speaking of which, I want to promote this right now because it is officially up. Okay. Hold up. It is officially up. Go ahead and refresh the page because I was working on this while she was talking all that shit. Y'all see it. Man. FTHBTH.com. For the hopeful, by the hopeful, man. The line is out, man. Signature Hold up. Hold on. Oh wait, my bad. Signature NWB t-shirts, Proverbs 23 and 23. Hold on. Let me okay. Let's see. Matthew 23 and 12. Matthew 23 and 12 shirt. Hold on. Oh, whatever. The Matthew 23 and 12 shirt. Obviously, the original NWB shirt. Also started the return to the code lines. We got a Genesis. We got a hold on. We got Genesis 28, 10 through 15 available. Let's see. We got Genesis 35, 23 to 26 available, and also Genesis 35, 9 through 13 available. All of these will have, as you guys can see, it will have the return to the code logo with the precept on the front. Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Agad HaKwatazah Mayan HaRashayath on the back. So, y'all go ahead. I appreciate the support. Cop your t-shirt today on shop on fthbth.com. I will be sharing it on Instagram. Let me see something. I might put it in the chat. Nah, never mind. I won't put it in the chat. I'll just follow me on Instagram. Also, I'll be putting in the Discord as well. So y'all go ahead and fuck with the merch. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. I'm so glad to finally start this. I've been contemplating this for months. Found a proper way to do it. So y'all go ahead and as long as your Shabbat is over. Let me preface that point. As long as your Shabbat is over, go ahead and run over there. Go ahead and run up the t-shirts. More precept shirts more precept t-shirts is coming. I got the templates ready. I'm just uploading, man. I'm just uploading it, like it's nobody's business. So hopefully I have about 20 designs up. What's the word for it? Hopefully I have 20 designs up by within the next couple of days. So, NWB shirts, all black NWB shirts, all black return to the code shirts available for you guys, man. For you brothers. I mean, they're unisex t-shirts. So if you want to buy, you have a special woman in your life and you want to buy one for her, that's cool too. So, go ahead and fuck with the merch, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate support for all the brothers that's watching this live. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. Had a lot of comments today. Boy Son John, the boy J2K, the boy Obina, the boy Mac. You know what I'm saying? Who else was in here? Anybody else? The boy Hitman came through one time for the one time. Yours truly. Let's see. Who else? Who else was in here? Okay. But yeah, man, I appreciate all the support watching the lives. I appreciate all the support watching the what's the word for it? If you're gonna watch the playback, I appreciate the support as well. But let's be for real. It's been 2.5 hours, and I'm tired of fucking talking, and I'm pretty sure y'all tired of fucking listening. So with that being said, I will see y'all next Friday, unless there's an impromptu stream sometime this week. If anything else, it'll be next Friday. Until then, be easy, stay hopeful. Peace.